Welcome back to another episode of the Mannschrecks. I'm JJ.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're here in that place where we go to get away from all the things that have a point. And I did that like super smooth.
You did.
That was very good. Someday I'll be able to do it and then not comment on it.
Yeah, someday.
We're not there yet. But yeah, this is the place we go. We take a break from the rest of the world. We put the kids to bed, and or sometimes we do it in the morning, and it's just the Mannschreck morning show. But when we do that, my voice is significantly
lower. Mine probably is too, actually.
Yeah, we're just kind of like sleepy grumbles. But no, I'm excited. I've got a couple of fun stories, and this is what we do. And we take this break, and it's just a refreshing thing every week. Although, as I'm thinking about it, I'll have to come up with a sponsor before we get to that part of the show. But anyways, are you ready to approach the news desk?
I am.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so my first story is a little quirky from NPR. It's a car-sized tumbleweed made a scene on a California highway.
A car-sized tumbleweed?
Yes, a tumbleweed roughly the size of a car was posted on X, Twitter,
formerly known as Twitter,
where commenters compared it to a giant hairball, belly lint gone wild, and the critters from the 1986 sci-fi horror movie. It's huge. It really is. It says a giant tumbleweed, which was roughly the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, was hurtling down a 4-lane highway in California this week.
That's fantastic. Wait. Okay, I'm just going to show my ignorance here. I don't know what a tumbleweed actually is. Like, my understanding of it was like a bush, right? That, like, broke free in the desert and just, like, it's like a bush, right?
So it says, first off, tumbleweeds aren't one specific species of plant. They fall under an umbrella of noxious weeds that, when dry, break off at the root, setting off on a seed-spreading expedition.
Oh,
so
it's intentional.
Yeah, it, like, goes off in, like, it's...
So it's a whole
it can happen for
of...
different plants. But so apparently this tumbleweed is just huge. But it says one of the most common and and most problematic for crops is the Russian thistle. It's believed to have hitched a ride from Ukraine to South Dakota in the shipment of flaxseed back in the 1870s and has plagued the country's dry, arid lands ever since. Yeah, so this is like something, it's like an invasive species that kind of took over in South Dakota and is like kind of that's one that's most famous for tumbleweeds. But
flaxseed from the Ukraine from 150 years ago that now is like taken over. And apparently they grow huge. Do they have pictures?
This tumbleweed is really big on the highway. It looks like a big fuzzy animal.
It really is.
It's
That's
huge.
Like bigger than the car.
Yeah, it says it's the size of a car.
Amazing.
It says in 2020, a swarm of tumbleweeds took over a stretch of Washington State Highway, piled up 30 feet high in some places.
Oh.
Cars and trucks were trapped.
Did they just... How do you get rid of them? Do you torch them?
It says authorities dubbed it Tumblegeddon.
Oh, that's so cheesy.
And then another few years ago, it says 100 homes in Victorville, California were swallowed up by thousands of prickly tumbleweeds that were strewn about by 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Wow. Tumbleweeds.
Yeah, so apparently this is a big problem out west.
That's amazing.
Apparently there's a new species of gigantic tumbleweeds found that can grow up to 6 feet tall. It grows more vigorously than others, and it's likely to expand its territory as climate change continues.
Giant tumbleweeds. You know, of all the
hardships and difficulties.
Yeah, or the unexpected results of genetic modifications in our food, giant tumbleweeds was not on my bingo card.
No, that's just, I thought that was so bizarre. I saw that and I was like, mostly I just clicked it because I wanted to see the picture, but I was like, this is fascinating. This is not like the first time this has happened. Oh, look, there's a giant tumbleweed. Oh, look, it's the size of a VW. Oh, cool. Like,
it's piled up 30 feet.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
huge.
Amazing.
Like, it's gigantic.
And see, I feel like it's probably a really bad idea to do this, but if I saw a bunch of super dry tumbleweeds all like smushed together, I'd be like, let's light that on fire, right? Like, let's just...
a terrible idea.
And then it's gone.
Blowing fire across the...
Okay, so I found this story, and I love it because I think you are the only person on the planet who would not be interested in this at all. Like, it's a remote job where you get to be paid quite a bit of money to watch Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh my gosh, I saw this as like, I thought it was a joke.
Nope.
And it was like they're actually willing to pay someone to, it was like 30 different movies, wasn't it?
So this one is Bloomsy Box, a company called Bloomsy Box, which is something about like flowers, like flower delivery service.
Okay.
They are looking to hire a Hallmark Christmas movie reviewer to watch 12 festive Hallmark movies in 12 days. You have to watch one every day.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I feel like most people, not most people, I think there's a whole chunk of our society that gets super excited about Hallmark movies. They would totally watch one a day easily.
I don't have the time to sit down and watch 12 movies in 12 days.
So you get the company, an online flower subscription service, is promising to pay the selected candidate $2,000 to rate the film. So I think it's $2,000 total. For 12 days of work, you get $2,000 to watch movies, but you have to rate them. The countdown to Christmas is fast approaching, and we at Bloomsy Box want to settle the debate of what's the greatest piece of Hallmark holiday cinema ever created. To find out, we're looking for a special Christmas movie maven to rate these movies. But here's the crazy part. So there's two things. One is the list of movies, and then the other is the criteria. Okay, so the 5 criteria are festivity factor, predictability quotient, chemistry check, tearjerker test, and replay value.
Okay, Hallmark fails on all of those levels.
No. I bet the predictability quotient is sky high because aren't these movies all the same cookie cutter formula? Chemistry check, tearjerker. I'm just what?
This is kind of I just like quickly did the math. It's like $160 a movie.
So it's not even like crazy money.
No.
To review a movie. I mean, it's kind of a lot. To me,
I do not have the time or energy to watch 12 awful movies in a row. I am such a Debbie Downer about Hallmark movies. I realize I make it sound like I'm like the most cynical person. But I literally don't. I'm very picky about the movies that I watch, and I don't have time to sit down and waste 2 hours watching a movie that is not going to enrich my life in any way.
No, and see, I just, it seems like a whole world. I actually love those types of cookie cutter nonsense movies. I love all movies, right? And yet I look at the Hallmark movie world as like, it just seems like such a big thing. And it's like, I don't want to touch it because it might pull me in and then I'll be watching movies too much. And I don't have time to watch that many movies.
Won't pull me in. It will just.
But here's the real annoyance is that you have to watch their movies. They have the list of 12. You don't get to pick 12 movies.
There's 12 specific movies that they're looking for you to review.
And they're just, I was going to try and like turn it into a game, but I couldn't think of how to do it. But I've never heard of any of these. 2008, The Most Wonderful Time of Year. 2015, Crown for Christmas. What do you think that one's about?
Oh my gosh. A prince needs to find a love.
Oh, it's probably the Princess Diaries. Yeah. That's the plot right there. 2014, The 9 Lives of Christmas. It's got to be something about cats, right? 2017, Christmas Getaway. Journey Back to Christmas. Ghosts of Christmas Always.
Oh, what? No. Oh, no,
Ghosts of Christmas Always. Family for Christmas. Christmas Under Wraps. 3 Wise Men and a Baby. I'd probably watch that.
No. Family for Christmas sounds like it could be like a cute, like foster kid.
Oh, that would be
movie,
really
which
cool.
would be really cute. But
oh my gosh, well, like Annie, like one, a little kid wants a family for Christmas. That would be so cute.
But 3 Wise Men and a Baby.
3 Wise Men and a Baby. As long as it's.
Have you ever seen 3 Men and a Baby?
No, actually, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Wait. I thought that's why you were like excited about the title.
No, A Royal Christmas, North Pole, and The Christmas Train.
Oh.
What? Okay, so in addition to the $2,000, the applicant who wins the role will be provided with hot cocoa, 2 pairs of socks from UGG, $60 purchase to a 1-year subscription to Peacock, and a 12-month flower subscription from Bloomsy Box.
All those in addition to the money?
Yeah, they're giving you all this stuff.
I don't want UGG socks or flower subscription.
No, I wouldn't mind a free subscription to
I want a refund on the Hallmark movies. I want a refund on my time. Oh boy.
So it's like you can apply through December 3rd and then they will announce who gets the job.
Well, you've already put in your application.
Of course.
I'll just sit back and wait to hear how the movies were.
I don't think I could do it. I just don't have time to watch 12 movies in 12 days.
I don't. Well, and I just.
That's so funny.
I would be a poor candidate for that job.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's just not. where I put my time and energy.
I feel like the ability to get paid to watch movies, most people would jump at it, but you would not. Like, just in general.
It just doesn't interest me.
You just are not a big movie person.
Well, and I mean, it depends on the movie, but like, I don't know. The older I get, the less time I really care to spend watching movies.
I'm right there with you. I still love movies and they're fun and whatnot, but they're a less important part of my life.
Right.
There was a time when that was the best thing I could do. Like, I was like, oh, this one's critically acclaimed.
You did watch a lot of movies.
I paid attention to the Oscars and I cared about like best directors, and I was like, these are like I was into that whole world. But now I'm just kind of like, I think another movie came out in theaters. I don't really know.
The only thing I like about movie theaters is popcorn.
There you go. You were just saying the other day how much you
I do.
It.
I miss movie theater popcorn.
I'll go to the movies and watch.
I don't want to go to the movies. I just want the popcorn. Oh boy. My second story is, I just found this to be so ridiculous because this is where we live in 2023. Taking selfies is now considered a public health problem and requires safety messaging, say researchers. Most common cause of selfie-related deaths was falling from heights, a study found.
Yep, people take dumb pictures all the time. I've seen those like stories of people who and people die. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, this man's selfie with a deer that had a huge set of antlers ended him with some broken ribs.
Yep.
The deer attacked him.
Of course,
because he's taking a selfie in front of the very alive deer who's standing about 10 feet away from him, and it charged him and broke his ribs.
The deer didn't like the angle of the picture. So.
So please just, I'm really having a hard time understanding.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nonsense.
What happened to common sense in 2023? Like, nobody has it. Adults don't have it. Anybody with a smartphone, like, it's it's people walking and texting, falling into a fountain. Like, it's just ridiculous. I can't wrap my mind around it, but it says that like
safety regulations.
The taking of selfies is now considered legitimately dangerous. There was a review done by the University of South Wales that concluded taking selfies could pose a public health problem. So there was data from multiple peer-reviewed studies in both the US and Australia starting in 2011, and then it was published in the Journal of Medical Internet Research in September of this year. So selfie-related deaths at aquatic locations stood out as the most concerning, including taking photos at scenic and photogenic areas. So smartphones and apps are the most dangerous. The research pointed out by 4 of the 5 peer-reviewed studies identified that falling from heights was due to selfie taking as the most common cause of injury and death.
Heights, water, rocky ledges.
Drowning was the second most common cause.
Oh my gosh. I just feel, number one, it's so sad. Like, it's just such a bummer. So I almost struggle to laugh. But at the same time, it's like, that's a super embarrassing. Like, those people had to, like, go to a funeral and sit there, and the family was crying because my selfie. Like, I had to get a selfie.
I don't understand what is wrong with our culture that we're so self-involved that we not only have, like, we can't just take a picture. It used to be like we'd take pictures of things and we put them in photo albums and everyone would want to look at your photo albums of the Grand Canyon and all this stuff. But now it's, hey, this TikTok influencer is posting a picture of themselves going on this crazy ledge in the Grand Canyon and taking a video selfie or something like that. Oh, and then they fell to their death.
Have you seen those pictures? It's like, what's stopping you from taking a picture like this? And it's like someone dangling off an edge of something. Like, they're really popular pictures, and it's like, that's just dumb, and stop encouraging it. Like, that's worse. It's worse.
It's awful. The author, one of the lead authors of the study, said that he was surprised that young females were implicated the most in terms of being victims of selfie deaths. The mean reported age of victims was 22 years old, and they were female tourists.
Yep. I do think, like, men definitely take selfies too, but women take it way more. That's Instagram for you. Like, that's just such a whole world.
Apparently, selfie danger risks differ by country. In U.S. and Australia, people are injured or dying while alone, normally as a result of falling off a cliff. In India, lots of people die in bodies of water, often in groups.
Stop taking
Says,
selfies.
Among selfie-related deaths recently was a Brazilian woman who was 33 years old, fell to her death at Kangaroo Point Cliffs while celebrating her birthday by taking a selfie.
Don't get me wrong. I take a ton of selfies, like with the boys, with family, and like it's just an easy way to take a picture if there's not a person that you could say, hey, can you take a picture? So I'm not like condemning selfies, but the dumb selfie, the selfie where you're like in danger or going out, I got to get on the ledge, or I got to be in the like, just take the not
why do you, but see, I don't understand, why do you have to take a selfie? You're not paying attention. You're not actually, and here's the thing, here's the best part about all these stupid pictures that are selfies that people take. They're not paying attention or even enjoying the actual place.
They could be.
They're so focused on being like, I was here. If you don't have a picture, it doesn't prove that you enjoyed it. But you're not enjoying it. You're just there to take the selfie and go. Like,
already took the picture. Who cares?
Yeah. Like, oh, well, did you enjoy the place? Did you get to spend time there? Oh, I don't know, but I took a cool selfie. Isn't this awesome?
My dad loves to tell that story about when he first got a smartphone, and he was sitting at a retreat with a bunch of pastors. And he was sitting next to a pastor, and they were out on the beach watching the sunset over Lake Huron.
Right. You've told me this before.
He takes a picture with his phone, and he's marveling, and he's like, wow, look at this picture. And he holds it up from his friend. And his friend looks at him and is like, why would I look at the picture on your phone when I've got the real sunset right in front of me? Who cares about your phone? Like, it was, and he tells that story all the time because I think it's such a good illustration of like I guess, and for me, and maybe it's just because like we have little kids, but all I care about is getting the picture of the kids. Like, I don't care about like a sunset or what things look like. I don't know. I can look those up on the internet, you know, just enjoy it. Like, be in that moment.
Be in the moment and enjoy the moment. Don't focus so much that, you know, on your phone capturing the moment. Like, that doesn't matter.
Also, and maybe it's just because we don't buy like the crazy most updated phones or whatever, but like I've never been satisfied. Like, if I'm looking at a gorgeous sunset, it's like, oh, that's amazing. I gotta get a picture of it. I always scroll through those pictures, and when I'm showing them to people, I'm like, well, it was cooler in person. Like, this kind of shows you what I was looking at, but it was way better. You know, you ever try to take a picture of like the moon?
Yep.
They're
it
always
never looks as good.
Always just
sunsets never look as good.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know.
It says the issue doesn't just lie in physical injury. It also introduces the, quote, unhealthy psychological aspects of taking a pause from actually living life.
There you go.
Just to take a freeze frame of it.
Did we write this article?
We need to stop being so... But it just says that places are now finding it necessary to post signs that say no selfie zone because people are being just ridiculous and no common sense and so focused on taking that selfie to get that social media presence that they're not actually, you know, either enjoying the moment or being safe, just being ridiculous. So yeah, wow. I found that article to be fascinating, but also, I agree 100%.
All right, so for my second story, I have a shotgun of several mini stories.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I had a story that I thought was going to be really cool, and I was a little disappointed because when I opened it up, it gave me less than I thought. Oh. So Madison, Wisconsin. So this is a mini story, and then I have some other mini stories. Madison, Wisconsin. I think they did this on purpose. They are cutting the amount of roads that they are salting this year by 50 miles. So they're a lot less. They're estimating they're going to save like 250 tons of salt. Okay. And it sounded like they had an environmental reason. They didn't want the salt to get into the waterways. So they're like, we're going to use less salt. But at the same time, they also announced that their snowplows in Madison, Wisconsin would get baseball cards. Madison, Wisconsin put out baseball cards for their snowplows. They're like,
that's weird.
And so I was like, this is hilarious because they have, but then when I opened it, I went looking for the baseball cards. You can go get them from the like library, and a few of the city offices has these baseball cards you can go get, but they only have pictures of 3 of them. I wanted all, you know, I was like, sweet, this looks hilarious. So it's a picture of the one plow, and they have punny names, which is why I was so excited. So the first one's called Dolly Plowton.
Oh, that's painful.
Then Snowby-Wan Kenobi.
Whew, that's a stretch, but okay.
And Seymour Pavement.
Oh, that's like Seymour Butts. That's not original at all.
I love it. I think
that's painful.
And those are more tractors. That one is. So Seymour Pavement is like a tractor, and Snowby-Wan Kenobi is like the little gator thing with a plow on it.
Oh.
But Dolly Plowton is like a proper truck, like a salt truck with a big like. And remember in the UP, like the extra wide,
double wide.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Nice. Well, I mean, it's Wisconsin. It makes sense.
And I'm just bummed that there's only those many. Oh, wait. Okay, there's one more. Saltimus Prime.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I'll allow that. That's funny.
So that was my mini story.
Okay.
So moving on, I have a series of stories that show the same common thread.
Okay.
Right? So people are losing their minds on airplanes. Have you seen some of these stories about what people are doing on airplanes? This one, so there were a couple of them. So this one, let's see, flight descends into chaos when a quote-unquote possessed woman begins screaming and jumping over the seats. There's a real devil. So a woman... So what was weird about this, and there's video of all of these, of course. This lady goes nuts. And then another woman starts like proselytizing. She's like, oh, that woman's possessed. We all need to talk about Jesus. And there's a real devil. And she just starts like preaching the gospel to people, but in a really like unfortunate way where the screaming lady and the lady shouting about Jesus both get arrested when the plane lands. That's
bizarre.
Pretty much the whole story, but the flight descends into chaos as this crazy woman starts screaming about the devil, and then another woman starts screaming about Jesus, and it does not go well. The third one is gospel singer Bobby Storm faces backlash for singing on a flight after her Grammy nomination. Now, this is a gospel singer. She's on a plane, and she gets a notification on her phone that says, hey, you've been nominated for a Grammy. And she says, in that moment, I knew I needed to perform my song for the plane. And she got up and starts going down the aisle singing her song that just got Grammy nominated. And the flight attendant said, if you are not able to follow my instructions, you will not be able to take this flight. And she's like, I can't not sing. I just
sense the crowd.
I feel bad. She's the gospel singer. She's a featured vocalist on Maverick City Music. She has sung on over 50 flights. There were no laws broken here. And it's like, well...
Sung on over 50 flights? That's just bizarre. Was she escorted off the plane?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Wait, hang on. Let's go back. I'm trying to find the quote of what she said. Because she was like, she said, she was told to, oh, okay. She said, I sing. So they told her to be quiet. She's on a Delta flight. And she said, I sing for the Lord. I'm doing what the Lord is telling me to do. And one of the flight attendants responded and was like, I'm a Christian and a flight ATT. The plane is not a stage. God telling us to do things decent and in order. Congrats on the Grammy nomination, but God is a God of order, period.
Well, and also, like, be courteous to others. Like, not every situation is belting it out as loud as possible. Like, you do have to, whew.
Yeah, and so another person commented, this is one of the most egotistical things I've ever seen. You think because you're Grammy nominated that rules don't apply to you and the plane is now your stage? Work on that ego, sis.
Well, and also, like, not everyone's going to be your biggest fan. Like, Taylor Swift could be on an airplane. If she started belting stuff out, I don't really care that much. I'm sorry. I'm not really a Taylor Swift fan, and I don't want to sit and listen to Taylor Swift sing a song just because she's on the plane and thinks that she's the most important person there.
Yeah, and even, like, I only know, like, a couple of her songs, but I like the ones I know, but it's like, let's say I wanted to hear her perform.
I'll go to a concert.
Exactly. There's a way to do that.
I won't go to a concert, but I'll listen to it on something.
But while I'm on an airplane, I don't want a performance,
Yep, exactly.
I do. I think, and what irks me is the Lord is telling me to do this. It's like, the Lord is telling you to sing your song because of your nomination and your earthly rewards. Yeah. I don't know about
this.
That.
This kind of seems like more of a platform for your performance than.
It comes off bad, and it doesn't make the gospel look good, or Jesus, or God, or anyone.
Well, and there's no shame in being like excited and like really happy about this nomination. Like, share it with your seat monitor. Be like, oh my gosh, I am so excited about this. Can I tell you? But like thinking that that's the moment when you need to start like singing loudly so that everybody else has to hear you, like, it's
bizarre.
That's a stretch.
Yeah. So anyways, like, people are just misbehaving on airlines lately, and I don't know what we can do to get everybody to just calm down a little bit. from gospel singers to possessed people and proselytizers.
Yeah.
So, anyways, sorry. There was like a shotgun of little stories, but they all had this
it's very bizarre.
common thread.
What are you trying to do?
Sorry, I dropped dropped the thing. I had to get it.
Okay.
Anyways, are you ready for Sponsor Your Life?
Yes, I am. All right. So this past week was Thanksgiving. Woohoo. And we went down and visited family, and that was fun. And then the next day we went to celebration for someone in the church, and that was fun. But on the way home, we happened to drive by a park that is here in Freeland.
Yes.
And randomly happened to notice that there was like a bunch of Christmas lights out there.
Yep.
And I had no idea what it was. And you had actually heard about it because you were on Facebook and you are on those community pages. And so we pulled into this park. It's a park in Freeland, a public park, and they do events during the year, usually sponsored by the Lions Club and all that. But this time of year, they set up a big light show, and they have a whole bunch of Christmas lights, and it's set to music. Unfortunately, our car radio does not function, so we had to imagine/sing songs in our head for what was playing. But it was like a 15-minute light show with
really
like
good too,
timed, and it was so cool. There was so much set up. But you basically go into the park. You park your car in the parking lot, turn your lights off, and you can watch and listen to the show for free. Yep, it goes from 5:30 to 10 every night until Christmas time, and it was super cool because the boys were so fascinated by it.
So into it.
But it was free, and it was so cool. So I thought that was a neat thing.
I'm super excited. So we couldn't get the radio thing to work, so we're gonna have to go back with the radio working. And I'm excited for that because that will be so fun. But
I think they'll get a kick out of it.
It was such a whim. We were driving back from a thing, and like from Midland, we were out in Midland.
And I just looked out the window and saw the
lights. You were
lights.
like, what is that? And I was like, oh, I know what that is. And you're like, let's go right now.
I know. I was like, let's just drive.
Which was very spontaneous of us. We're not very spontaneous people.
No, we were on the way home. We were like, it's almost bedtime. We should get the boys in bed. Early, it was like 10 to 7. But I was like, nah, let's do it. And we sat there for a good 15 minutes, and it was pretty cool. I think it was worth the pull off.
It was super cool. I'm going to go with, all right, so it's super generic, but we had our first little dusting of snow out just today. It's Sunday afternoon, and it was super snowy out. It wasn't much. It's like it's like an inch, right, of snow just everywhere. The grass is still poking through. It's not even completely.
But it's the first snow of note,
And it's warm. It was like 35 degrees maybe, so it snowed for like an hour or whatever. Got the little dusting, and the boys had to go out in it. They were like, we gotta go out. And I was like, all right, no problem, I'll go out with you guys. And they immediately wanted to build a snowman. And then they had big dreams because they've been watching or reading Calvin and Hobbes, and they were like, we're going to build snow forts, and then we'll make a snowman doing this, and we'll make another snowman doing this, and all this stuff. I was like, how about we build one snowman and see how that goes? We used up like half of the yard, but the snow is the perfect stickiness.
Yeah, packing snow.
And so, we rolled up some big old snowballs, and we went proper. We got the sticks and the carrot and the scarf and the top hat, and it's...
You got a regular Frosty out there.
It was great, and it was so fun. And so the older 3 boys and I, we just made a snowman, and that was super fun. Asher was bumming hard for not being able to go outside.
I was inside with him while he screamed. But I actually don't have proper snow gear for him for this year. And also he just will run into the road and across the street any chance he gets. He does not stay in our yard. So,
but it was super fun and definitely sponsor my life.
Nice.
Do you want to build a snowman? That's sponsoring my life.
Nice.
I actually went through that whole building of the snowman without thinking about that song until just this moment.
I thought for sure that you would.
Now it's stuck in my head forever. Anyways, that is sponsoring my life today.
Nice.
All right, so I have a very fun... I don't even know what to call it. It's not a game so much. It's something I prepared. You don't know what I'm about to do.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So this is a combination of clever or cringe, where I bring you something and we decide whether it's clever or cringe, and playlist puzzles. So these are cringy things that I just want to share with you and comment on. Okay. We know they're bad. This is a Rolling Stone article, the 20 worst Christmas songs of all time.
Oh, dear. Okay.
And some of them are amazing. So we don't have to dive into all of them, but some of them are worth looking at the lyrics. Some of these I've just never heard of.
Okay.
You know? All right. So number 20, they get worse. You know, they start with the not as bad.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder, Twinkle Twinkle Little Me.
I've never even heard of
Yeah,
this.
1967, Stevie Wonder, at a mere 17 years old and already a top talent in Motown, released his 8th album in 5 years. Stevie Wonder was something else. So it was a cover. The Supremes did it before him.
Okay.
But apparently, Twinkle Twinkle Little Me. Twinkle Twinkle Little Me, I have a lonely life. I'm the star upon your tree that makes your Christmas bright. Twinkle Twinkle Little Me, I left the Milky Way just so I could be with you on Christmas Day. It's like the most egotistical Christmas song I have ever heard.
Wow. Yeah, that's bizarre.
Christmas brought me where you are and heaven gave me life. I'm that friendly little star you wish upon each night. Twinkle, twinkle, oh, twinkle, twinkle, little me. I have a present too. I give to you unselfishly and make a wish come true. I'll always shine on you.
Whew. Yeah, that's painful. I don't think I knew that existed.
Wow. Twinkle, twinkle, little me. That just sounds like it's just such a terrible thing. So
yeah.
So then this one, I was surprised by number 18, Pentatonics, That's Christmas to Me. Have you heard that one?
Yeah.
Apparently, so it's an a cappella quintet, Pentatonics. They do some really cool stuff. Very talented vocally. But they wrote a song by the vocal percussionist Kevin Olusola. I'm not sure how to say it. But the song is sung in unison. It's a 3-minute song where the 5 of them sing in unison. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like
that's not your signature sound.
No, their harmonies are all they do. And so there's some pretty bad stuff. Apparently it's all about, it's just like a peaceful, wholesome scene, bright burning fireplace, hanging stockings, good old Christmas type stuff. But apparently it's just a big snooze fest. Like the song
Jeez, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. Now this one, number 17, Justin Bieber, Mistletoe.
Did you call him Justin Beaver?
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't mean to. Beaver.
He's crime fighting Beaver.
17-year-old Justin Bieber.
You're gonna keep saying
Bieber. Mistletoe.
Oh boy.
All right, we got to take a look at these lyrics.
I don't actually think I know the song, but I never listened to Justin Bieber.
It's the most beautiful time of year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. It's very original.
Yeah.
But I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't want to miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe.
At 17 years old, you're playing in the snow? I doubt that.
But then wait for it. The chorus is shoddy with you, under the mistletoe. That's the chorus of the song.
Okay. There's no words.
Basically, the rest of the podcast, I just pass. I'm done.
I can't process this one.
I gotta read the second verse. Everyone's gathering round the fire, chestnuts roasting like a hot July. That's not the line.
I'm sorry. Do you know what that? Gosh,
chestnuts in July.
Well, but also that doesn't even make sense. Like.
I should be chilling with my folks, I know, but I'm going to be under the mistletoe. Word on the street, Santa's coming tonight. Reindeers flying through the sky so high. I should be making a list, I know, but I'm going to be under the mistletoe.
Oh my gosh. Did he write these lyrics himself?
Of course.
As a 12-year-old?
Yes. I mean, we know that.
Yikes.
Oh my gosh. I cracked up so hard when I read some of those. I was like, what is
that's
happening?
Just something that should never exist ever.
All right, 21 Pilots. Do you ever listen to 21 Pilots?
I'm familiar with the band, but I have not listened to them.
They sound familiar, but I couldn't tell you. They have a song called Christmas Saves the Year. They mean well, releasing a new holiday song of their own. They even wrote a pretty for them melody to accompany it, swaddled in a Trans-Siberian Orchestra gauze, but the results are still as dreary and sludgy as their hits, and a line about cheap decor and flavored cheer mostly evokes sad office parties.
Oh, that's depressing.
At least they don't try to rap or sing in reggae. All right, now we're into more of the classics. So that one actually was a song that just came out recently, like 2 years ago. It was since the pandemic. Jackson 5, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Okay, well, what's wrong with that song?
No, I don't like that song. You like that song?
I mean, it's got beat, man. I don't like the song I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, but if I'm going to listen to a version of it, I like that version.
Okay, but here's my Puritan upbringing or whatever.
Puritan?
I honestly thought that this was a song about adultery, about mommy committing adultery with Santa. I did not ever catch that Santa was dressed was the dad dressed
as a
up.
Puritan child. I thought it was about adultery. Did you know what adultery was?
I did, and I thought I did not like the song because I disagreed with the moral message because I was a little angel as a child.
Based on 95% of the stories you told me, I doubt that's true.
No, I just
this makes me laugh so much because even as a child, and we grew up not doing Santa Claus, but I knew even when I first heard the song I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, the child is obviously talking about realizing mom and dad must be playing Santa Claus.
See, but you listened to lyrics as a child. You paid attention to I never did that.
That's true. That's true.
New song, The Christmas Shoes.
Oh yeah, everybody gets cringy at this song. But see, I've sung this song for so many years at Christmas time that I just kind of became numb to the lyrics. It is painful. I
don't actually know the song.
It's the guy standing in the line and he's like, it was almost Christmas time. I was waiting to buy that last gift, and then suddenly behind me I hear this little voice say, "Excuse me, I want to buy these shoes for my mom. She's dying. And I want her to look beautiful in case she meets Jesus tonight." You don't know that song?
Nope, never heard that before.
Oh my gosh. Listen to it. I've sung it before in church.
Really?
It's goes through 3 key changes, but it basically is it's just the story of how he was like.
So it's a really sad song.
It's sad. They made a movie based on it eventually. It was called The Christmas Shoes.
Interesting.
It's touching at first, but it can get pretty old after a while. So I could see that.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to burn through some of these and you can just tell me if you know them. NSYNC, I Never Knew the Meaning of Christmas.
I am familiar with it, yes.
Their Fa-La-La-licious teen romance.
Whew, that's bad.
That is bad. Leanne Rimes, Carol of the Bells.
I'm not familiar with her version of Carol of the Bells.
Yeah, but there's no there's no bad version of Carol of the Bells.
But Carol of the Bells it's such a classic song. I don't know. Leanne Rimes got a powerful voice, though.
Lou Monte, Dominic the Donkey. I don't remember that.
Know the song-ish, but...
Yeah, I think I do remember this one, the Italian Christmas Donkey. The Pussycat Dolls, Santa Baby.
Oh, I can't believe the Pussycat Dolls were a band.
I can't believe Santa Baby was a real song.
I hate the song Santa Baby.
Me too.
It's all about schmoozing on Santa to try to, a gold digger.
I'm a Christmas
but I just don't like that song.
No, I don't either. All right, I actually disagree. I like this song. Number 5, Elmo and Patsy, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. You don't like it.
I hate that song. I was singing that song the other day. I was this morning. It's such a dumb song.
It is. It's very dumb. However, did you ever see the movie?
There's a movie?
There's a cartoon movie, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. And it's a cute little story. And it's like grandma got framed. Or no. They were trying to frame Santa for doing something bad to grandma. Grandma actually was in hiding the whole time. She wasn't actually dead. And so this boy and grandpa, they go searching for grandma. It's a whole thing. It's a cute movie. I can't remember. I saw it
you
on
would
TV.
Spend your time watching those Hallmark movies. You've watched some weird
apply for
things.
that job.
You've already watched half of them, haven't you?
Yes. I actually already have the job.
Where's my $2,000?
Yeah, there we go. That's how we're paying for Christmas.
Money, please.
Oh, no. Seth MacFarlane and Sarah Bareilles, singing "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Okay, "Baby It's Cold Outside" is the worst Christmas song.
It is number
almost
4.
as bad as "Santa Baby." It's hard. No,
they're both pretty bad.
It's date rape.
They're both.
I can't stand
Santa.
"Baby It's Cold Outside." It's
the
awful.
The whole thing is so icky.
It's not cute. It's weird.
All right. I can't believe that's number 4. That would be number 1 for me. Like, I mean, I'm curious to see what they've got. So let's see what the last few are. Number 3, Band-Aid, "Do They Know It's Christmas?"
Oh yeah, I don't really like this song.
Is that?
Do they know it's Christmas?
Yeah, I like that song. I think that's sort of a classic. What's wrong with it? Number 2, Maroon 5, "Happy Xmas." (parentheses War is Over).
Okay, but
so that's a
cover of a John Lennon song.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
so the writer of this article, it says, "Quickie quiz. Are you John Lennon? No, I didn't think so. Are you Yoko Ono? Also no, because you're not. The next question should be easy. On what planet do you think you are qualified to remake the classic Happy Xmas?" So I feel like this person was just offended that Maroon 5
I think this person just didn't like Maroon 5.
Yes, yep. Whew, okay. Number 1, worst Christmas song ever. Jessica Simpson featuring Ashley Simpson, "The Little Drummer Boy."
I didn't know they did that, but...
See, but here's my problem. I love that song. Like, that's a fun song. It's a great little Christmas song. Forever ruined by Dwight and Angela, but it's still there, right? So I feel like that's like a knock against who's
now
doing
I have to
it.
listen to this version because Jessica Simpson and Ashley Simpson were two very different singers. Yeah. I listened to Ashley Simpson when she was a singer for a while, and I mean, we all, we're familiar with Jessica Simpson and her work, but I have never heard this version of the song, and I have some questions.
Oh, we found it. We found it. 2004.
Of course it was 2004.
Let's give it, I think we're allowed to listen to like 30 seconds.
Oh.
So that's Ashley.
Yes. That's
it is
Jessica
nice that they
Simpson.
dyed their hair different so I can tell them apart.
What are they singing?
Oof.
They're trying too hard.
I didn't know Jessica Simpson sang.
Oh yeah, she's got a really good voice.
Interesting. That's amazing. If we fast forward to the ending.
See, maybe it's because this song doesn't have like but it doesn't have like vocal craziness like those two singers usually try to put into their songs. Like,
yeah, a little
their
bit.
voices are like struggling to not try to do all these vocal acrobatics in something so simple. But and yeah, they're trying to add some like whiny twang to it, which is weird.
I think like, so for me, my favorite version of that song is for King and Country, where they let the instruments do the heavy lifting of the song. It's like the singing is there, but it's like that song it's big, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, offended this
exists.
Rolling Stone article. I don't know. I still think my least favorite is
Baby
It's Cold Outside.
Yeah, me too.
Followed closely by Santa Baby.
I agree.
But see, as a kid growing up, it was those two and Mommy Kissing Santa Claus were all in the same category because I didn't understand.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
I just can't. I can't handle it. But now I'm adding Justin Bieber's Mistletoe.
Justice Beaver.
Justice Beaver. The crime-fighting beaver who
under
sings
the mistletoe.
Christmas.
That is a weird song.
Weird.
Just after those lyrics. I don't know that I've heard the song, but I don't think I ever need to.
I'm going to make it my new ringtone for every time you call me.
You're going to make an awful playlist and like leave it in the car, and I'll have to hear Justice Beaver sing Mistletoe over and over again after Ashley and Jessica Simpson whine about drums.
I do. Yeah, I did. That was a rough clip. What am I supposed to say? Like, check us out on Spotify, leave us reviews, etc., etc. The number of people listening keeps ticking upward, so that's lovely. Thank you for listening, people. Are you ready to send us out with the mom joke of the week?
Mm-hmm. What's the best Christmas present in the world?
The best Christmas present in the world. I'm in the Hallmark movie world, so all I can think of is like something cheesy like True Love or something.
A broken drum. You just can't beat it. That's fitting after that
so fitting. That's
Simpsons
perfect.
song. That's great.
Wow, well done.
That was not intentional.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.